All rise.
You may be seated.
Thank you, Honorable Judge.
Okay, Mr. Bailiff.
Okay, Your Honor, in the matter between Ms. Jacinta Wanjiko and Mr. Daniel Wambugu, the defendant, Ms. Jacinta, sues Mr. Daniel for assault and failure to pay her 10-month salary. She requests the court to help her get justice for the cruelty done to her by Mr. Daniel. That's all, Your Honor.
Good. Let's get it on. Ms. Jacinta, good day, court? Right. So, Ms. Jacinta, you're suing Mr. Daniel here for failure of paying some wages.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kindly explain.
Well, Your Honor, this man over here used to be my employer. I will say that because I've been staying with him for quite some time. Na amekataa kunilipa pesa yangu. Ndio maana nimeamua tukuja hapa kwa hii koti anipatie pesa yangu. Amekuwa akinitesa and I want my money, Your Honor.
There's something I didn't get it clear. Umesema umekuwa ukiishi kwake.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ama mkiishi na yeye.
Yes.
I want to understand. Were you living on terms alikuwa amekuandika kazi? Were you living on terms kama boyfriend and girlfriend? How do you even know each other?
Okay, Your Honor. Let me explain what happened. Nilikuja Nairobi 2017. Yes? And this man over here...
Ukuja Nairobi 2017?
Yes. Nilikuja Nairobi 2017. Na huyu mwanaume ndo alinileta Nairobi. On claims that atanispeleka kwa shule na atanisaidia. But yet, amenifanya kama mjakazi
kwake. 2017 ndio ulimaliza high school ama ulikuwa unafanya mbele yake?
Nilimaliza high school 2016, Your Honor. And I was supposed to join university by 2017.
Oh,
but
so it was university?
Yes.
Mungu wafikiri yeye alisema green card yako kuja Nairobi. So, ni ulikuwa kuja university?
Yes, Your
Honor.
Okay,
please continue.
Okay. So, like I was saying, 2017 ndo nilikuja Nairobi. Nikijua na kuja shuleni. Kwa sababu alikuwa amenipromise na pia alipromise wazazi wangu that he'll take care of me and he'll fund the school fees. So mimi nimekuja nikiwa very certain that nitapelekwa shule only to be made a house girl. Na hanilipi. I've been working tirelessly, Your Honor. Nimefanya kazi for almost 10 months na hata anipatii pesa yoyote.
Goja. Now there is something a bit confusing here. You say alikutoa kwa wazazi wako?
Yes.
Na wewe pia?
Yes,
because you say mlisikizana kidogo wazazi wako, they were involved, and it ended up that he was going to come and take care of you, like kusponsor your
Yes, Your Honor.
university.
Yes.
And then you turn it around, uligeuka house girl and you want your money.
Yes.
Okay. There's a bit of complication there, Ms. Jacinta. I don't know whether you see it. Okay. Did you have employment terms with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
What
Let me explain to you what happened at first. Nilikuwa ushago, okay? Now, I was supposed to join university. I had done my KCSE the previous year.
You've explained that. Please, just don't waste the court's time. End straight. Hiyo ulikuwa ushatueleza. Eleza zaidi.
So after some time, venye sasa hatungeweza endelea kukaa because nilikuwa nateseka. I had to go and look for a lawyer. Nika manage kupata documents. These are signed documents.
No, wait. Ms. Jacinta, I don't have the whole day, but I have so much time for you. Umetoka kuniambia uliteseka ukachukua lawyer. It didn't make sense to me because why were you getting a lawyer? Ulikuwa umeteseka nini? Tumetoka nyumbani.
Yes.
Amekutoka wazazi wako.
Yes.
You are coming not as a house girl,
yes,
not as a wife,
yes,
not a girlfriend, but he was supposed to
sponsor me,
sponsor
my education. You. Yes.
Are you even related?
We are village mates, Your Honor.
Oh, you're from the same village?
Yes.
And alikubali kusomesha?
Yes.
Just because you come from the same village?
Well,
was there a cut there after? Were there terms?
Let me narrate for you what happened. Vile alikuja ushago, akapata situation vile iko. My parents wakamu-explainia the situation kwa sababu they were not in a position ya ku raise the fee. So Daniel akaambia wazazi wangu that atanichukua na ataketa for the fee. Naona. So mimi nikakubali kuja Nairobi nikijua nitakuja kufanya nini, kupelekwa shuleni hiyo ona. Tumekaa kwa hiyo nyumba, sijapatiwa pesa yoyote ya kuenda shule. At some point hata they even walifukuza their house girl, so ikabidi mimi ndo nimetake the place. Ideally ingekuwa tu ni mimi ningetake the place kwa sababu singengoja walete house girl.
I kind of
na ni mimi
understand.
ndo
Shida ni,
nimeletwa hapo.
I kind of understand. Shida ni,
Okay.
you're not related, and well, let me not suggest neither, like push that. Let me hear from him as well. Mr. Daniel, kindly explain to this court how you came to be the custodian or the caretaker or the foster parent of this good lady here, Jacinta, and how you are related, and what were the terms that you had with the parents kuchukua mtoto wao kumleta Nairobi?
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor. You know, going by what she spoke about here at the moment, there are three things that, you know, just stand out very clearly. And the first one is consanguinity, the sense of family, because she said, and she has told the court that I took her from her parents. So that we might presume that there is some sort of relation that I have with the parents. The second thing is sympathy, that she came from a family where they could not raise fees for her school, for her schooling, for that matter, sir. And I rose to the occasion of, you know, just, you know, putting upon myself the obligation of schooling her. And the third thing I want to talk about here, my lord, considering what she spoke about, is that according to her, after she stayed with me, I forced her, against her will, to be a house help.
Sema ukweli, Mr. Daniel. Usikuja kudanganya hii honorable court.
Order. He's still explaining. Bado hajadanganya tu. Wacha tuende naye vile anaenda. Order, Jacinta. I got you.
Hapana, Your Honor. Mwambie tu aseme ukweli.
Jacinta, order, please.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Endelea, please.
Thank you so much, Your Lord. Thank you so much.
So you on the third point, which you want to point out. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I spoke about family, and I spoke about sympathy, and I spoke about
That's why we said you are on point 3.
Thank you,
You
sir.
had spoken about those
Point
two.
three, yes. Point three was that I forced her into a job against her will. That is what she said. And I really want to say something, my lord. That was nothing but an allegation, for considering the fact that she was living in my house. There are certain chores that, on account of the fact that she was living in my house, there are certain chores that she had to, you know, just rise to the occasion.
Okay. Well, you wish to to say that, and many people come here with the same kind of reasoning. But maybe I also wish to go with that lure the poor kid into believing there's a future living with you or hanging on to your promises, or else you knew you were just going to use somebody's kid for a purpose of your own interest. But going with your points, let's go back to point with number 1. Let's go with them down, like systematically. Let me understand what you meant with all your points.
Thank you so much. The first point
The first point, how it relates to the matter.
Thank you so much, sir. The first point was consanguinity. She said something. I never found her in a house helps bureau. I took her from her family. So, Your Honor, I think from that we can deduce that there is some sort of relationship that I have with her. On account of
With
the fact that with her,
Ms.
through
Jacinta,
her
do you have
family,
any relation with this?
We are just
her
village mates, Your Honor.
What kind of relation are you trying to say you had with her?
May I
I'm
have
trying
no
to say
relation
through
with
her
you?
family, that is the father and mother.
You, Mr. Daniel, please, kindly be very specific with how you point out things. When you say you had a relation with her, now that cuts out the parents and takes it her. For me, that's how I take it, okay? So when you say you had a relation, for her, she says she just knows you from the village, like that's Mr. Daniel there. But you didn't have a relation. So if you had a relation with her family, please come out clear, say we had a relation na parents wake, nataka kusimama MCA ama I do charity work there. Ueleze what relation you have with them, to the extent of them trusting you with their daughter, and say who you have a relation with, and don't say her and then it's not her, it's her parents. I don't know whether I'm
I get the
making
point, my
myself
lord.
clear.
This is what I want to say. You know, we are Africans. first and foremost. That is the first thing we are supposed to know. And being African, it means that...
Watch a story mingi,
That
Your
is not the
Honor.
first thing. That's not the first thing I want to know. I wish to believe beyond being African, we are human. Even if it was a white person in a position to help, you would help.
We are human, and there are some cultures that we have that...
Talk about culture, not race.
For as long as...
Talk about culture.
When you say...
For as long as...
Order, please. Wewe nayo ananizungusha na huko
mwambie tu aseme ukweli yaona.
Wewe unanitega mimi naanguka sababu wewe nayo uniwachi ni wacha nzungushe tapatana tu. Kwa sasa wewe nipe nafasi ni deal naye. So we were talking about you came with the family thing, then there was the African thing, and I didn't get exactly where you were going with that, because for me when you take it to the African level, then I'll tell you we are human. Take it to the next level, that any mankind or any creation deserves a kind of or a level of respect. But let me listen to you. Maybe it makes more sense if I would listen. So kindly.
Okay, thank you, sir. When I speak about us being African, I'm trying to focus more on the cultural aspect of being African. And in our African culture, when you come from the same village, we believe that by extension you might be family. So that is the reason as to why she says to the court that I took her from her family. I never found her in any household bureau. That is the first thing I really want you as the judge to just see.
We are just village mates.
He's accepting to that. He never got in from a bureau. And I also agree with that. So that is not in contest. So please, get going. Tell me more about it. Yes.
The second thing is that she speaks about her situation, her financial situation, that the parents could not rise to the occasion of taking her to school. And I just, on account of the fact that I say that we are village mates, I was sympathetic to that. You get the point? And that is the reason I took her.
Please take yourself home. I like the way you're going. Yes, keep going, keep going.
I was sympathetic to that, and then I took her, and then she lived with me. The third point is I forced her into doing something against her will.
No, sir. Kwa nini tena unataka kuepa na ulikuwa nani? Unaendelea vizuri tena unataka kuepa.
Yaona muulize
Mr. Bailiff, wait. Jacinta, you'll have your time. Mr. Bailiff, umesikiza huyu mtu vizuri? Amesema wametoka village moja na aliambia wazazi wake atamsomesha. Mr. Daniel, have you taken the lady here, Jacinta, to any kind of institution, like education institution, a college, a university? Umefanya nini? Sababu ulimtoa kwa wazazi wake ukimwahidi kumpeleka university.
Ebu jibu hiyo.
Kweli, I was in the process.
And how long have you been living together? How long have you been living in his place?
Imagine tangu 2017 Your Honor.
Uniambie mimi nimeuliza miaka masiku masawe mimi nijibu hiyo. Hakuwa ni dakika 10 niambie usiniambie tangu mwaka gani?
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yes.
Your scheduled time for admission in the university, is it not expired yet?
It's supposed to be almost expired kwa sababu venye nilikuwa nakuja.
Kuna window period unapewa.
Yes.
And it's not lapsed yet, but he's just watching it go by.
Yes.
Mr. Daniel, don't you think there you failed? If at all ulimtoa kwa ukimwahidi kumpeleka kumsomesha, don't you think you are failing by not doing so? Mulitoka kwa wazazi yake na terms. Why did you bleach the terms?
Your Honor, when I spoke about sympathy, and we are supposed to understand.
Sympathy kitu gani na venye umekuwa ukinitesa? Daniel, sympathy kitu gani
Order, Jacinta. Don't make it difficult for me and you.
Okay, protect me from her, please. She might take it beyond the limits of civility. So please just protect me from that. This is what I was trying to say.
Order, can we listen?
Thank you so much. Your Honor, this is what I want to say. When I said that, she said that she has stayed with me for 2 years in my house. That's true. And I said that it was out of sympathy that I even decided to take her. And then I told the parents that I was going to take her to school.
Which you didn't?
Which I did not.
So did you play sympathy in the eyes of her parents and her, or else you knew that you were just going to lure her to wasting her?
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Your Honor, being sympathetic to one does not make you be obligated to them.
Yes, but if you give your word, you should keep your time.
Of course. So it means...
You gave your word to her parents and to her. She came from home believing. You are not obligated, but you took it up to you. You see, You sound like a gentleman or a man who respects you. You know, when a man says you have my word, means if I say something, I'll make sure I step up or keep up to it. So if you promised and they trusted you, they didn't expect you, they expected you and you were obligated because you gave your word. Ulimtoa mtoto watu nyumbani. Afadhali angewasaidia wazazi wake kufanya chochote walikuwa wanafanya, kufuga kuku ama chochote, au kuwasaidia kuliko kuja kwa house girl wako, haumlipi. So are they in cahoots with the wife or how do they use you?
Muulize Yona mali wife yake yuko. Muulize.
Sasa muulize mimi nakuuliza wewe.
I'm sorry your honor. Nifanye tu nimekasirika.
Usijali.
Lakini Mr. Daniel kwa nini unanifanyia hivi?
Na kuongelesha. Wako unajua mlikuwa na hii Daniel nyumbani, mkaongea ukaona itoshi ukamleta hapa. Kwa hivyo tafadhali wacha koti isikize kesi yako.
Yes,
lakini ukitaka msikizane na muulizane hiyo na Daniel, mimi John tu na mwende mkasikizi mkaongea kule mtaongea. Hata kwa in the village, I don't know.
Sorry.
So, I was asking you a question.
Yes.
Where is the wife and how does the wife take the relation?
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Huyu mzee alikuwa na bibi na alifukuza bibi akaanza kunisumbua. Kila siku hata siwezi kuwa na amani. Anakataa kunilipa na huku ananisumbua.
No, sasa ndio napata hii picha. Mr. Bailiff umeona?
Nimeona.
Bwana Daniel here playing Mr. Gentleman and African culture. Kumbe alikuwa mipango ya kutafuta bibi number 2 ama new. Alikuwa na
inaitwa kucheza
my lord, please. I want to speak in mitigation. When she says nilikuwa namsumbua, ambie koti aje.
Sasa ndio hapo tunaenda, lakini mwanamke akisema asumbuliwa na kidume tunaelewa. Wacha sasa tusikize kwake.
No, let us not.
Umesema wewe umesema.
Please my lord, please.
Let us not. Excuse me. Order. I'm not here to argue with you. Yeah, I'm trying to reason with you, and if you push me too much, you won't like it. You said that anasema ulikuwa msumbua. Ukaulizaje? Nami pia naulizaje? Si tusikie kwake.
Jacinta. Your Honor, before nijibu hiyo swali.
Wewe jibu swali. Watu wanagoja wengi. Umesikia amekuuliza? Mimi nikauliza. Bailiff umeuliza. You do know to know alikuwa asumbuliwa vipi?
Mimi hata sikuwa.
Mimi nauliza. Si amesema.
Alikuwa anasumbuliwa.
Bwana Bailiff.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hiyo hiyo
Zambe ilifungwa.
Jaba hiyo bezi wacha nayo.
Zambe ilifungwa, Your Honor. Zambe ilifungwa.
Acha basi tusikize. Jacinta, talk to us. Umesema alikuwa kusumbua kipi?
Alikuwa ananisumbua. Ndio maana nilikuwa nataka
kivipi?
Okay, nakwambia. Ndio maana nilikuwa nataka kwanza akujibu mali bibi yake yuko. Ndio sasa niweze kuexplainia venye alikuwa ananisumbua, Your Honor. Wacha basi niseme.
Jacinta?
Yes, Your Honor.
Usikuwe Mkenya halisi. Unajua Mkenya halisi unamuuliza njia ya kwenda mahali, badala kwambia ni pale, aza kuambia unaona ukienda hivi. Ukienda alafu utaona njia nyingine imeenda hivyo wachana na hapo, umeenda sana, rudi nyuma sasa. So acha kuturudisha nyuma. Wewe tujibu maswali na vile tunauliza. Alikusumbua kivipi? What did he do?
Alikuwa anakuja kwa room yangu, anashinda akiniambia.
He started making
passes at me,
sexual
advances
towards
at me. Yes.
Okay.
Na mimi nikimkataza ananiambia venye atanifukuza, vile atanitema nje. Yes. Na sasa sina uwezo. I don't even have any relatives huku Nairobi mahali nitakimbia niende niseme ati niko kwa jirani ama niko kwa relative yangu. Ni yeye tu huku Nairobi na ni yeye ndo alinileta.
That's a bit sad. Mr. Daniel, sasa inaonekana laughing time is over. Can you respond to those allegations? I don't want to believe you threw your wife out with such intention. You're the one who pushed me. I knew what she was going to say. But so you threw your wife out, you brought her in and threw the old cat out because Tom was not catching the mouse.
Huyu ni mzee katili, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, okay.
Jacinta, let him respond.
Okay, Your Honor, okay, kabla, okay, I was making passes at her, amesema hivyo. And she said that my wife is not here. I will not speak on behalf of my wife.
You will have to.
Hajatuambia.
If so needed, tutakuuliza
so much, Your
tunakujibu.
Honor. She said something. Thank you so
Aseme
much,
mali
Your Honor.
wife yuko wife anafaa kuwa ameketi hapa na wewe.
Your Honor, please just protect me from her, please. Thank you so much.
Just restrain yourself, please. Wacha
Restrain
tusikize.
yourself, please. Okay.
Everybody
so
will have his time. Kwa hivyo tafadhali bwana Daniel.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. She said that she was living in my house. She said that. She told the court that. And now she says that my wife left. She's supposed to tell us how did my wife go.
Oh, excuse me. Are we talking about her wife? Are we talking about her wife or your wife?
My wife? How did my wife go?
And you want her to
I'm very
explain
sorry.
how
I'm very
your
sorry.
wife left.
Thank you, Your Honor, for asking.
Because
Excuse me, Daniel. Are you serious?
No,
you
no,
want
no.
her to explain about your wife, why she left?
yes, of course, because she said that, you know, Your Honor, let me tell you, let us not live under presumptions, please.
No. This is your wife. Your wife is part of you.
Ndio, she's part of me.
The wife won't leave her nest. Nobody will leave her nest because another female bird is come. Ni lazima ukue kuna vile wewe ulijua bibi yako anatoka.
Zizi, okay.
Ama ujui kule bibi yako yuko yeye
Shida ilikuwa,
anajua.
Your Honor.
Ngoja kwanza nijibu hivi. Umeniambia muulize yeye. Are you trying to tell me that she is better knowing where your wife is better than you?
No, I'm trying to say, Your Honor, I'm trying to say, on account of the fact that she said that she was living with me in my house, and now she's saying that I was making passes
First of
at
all,
her.
before we go around, let's stop this going around the bush for a minute. It might look all interesting, but I don't have the whole day here. Kwanza niambie, who is your wife?
My wife alienda.
Eh?
We separated.
Uongo, sema ukweli.
We separated, Your Honor.
She separated.
We
Just say the
separated.
truth.
Okay, we had a disagreement, and then we agreed. We had a disagreement, and then
What
we
type
decided
of
we had
disagreement?
a disagreement, Your Honor, and then we decided to separate.
Uongo, Your Honor, unadanganywa. Huyu mwanaume huyu ni muongo.
Aya.
Sikia venye ana reason ni kama mtu ako na maakili kama za mapera.
Jacinta.
Maji imejaa kwa kichwa hata ufikiri.
Order, Jacinta.
Yes, Your Honor.
Acha na akili yake ijae maji ataogelea ndani. Sasa kwanza tuambie. Umemsema yeye ni muongo. Wewe tuambie ukweli.
Thank you, Your Honor. Unaona sasa venye nilifika Nairobi. Wacha tu nikupeleke nyuma kidogo usikie story. Aki please tu. Tafadhali Your Honor nisikize tu tafadhali. Nakuomba.
Safari ni ndefu.
Daily nikuachie huyu mtu muendelee hiyo safari. Ilikuwa ngumu kwangu. Anyway, yeah, explain. Okay. I had promised I'll be here to listen, so
Thank you.
yes, so
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Your Honor. So huku Nairobi siwezi sahau niliingia tarehe 23 May 2017. Tukafika na yeye vizuri akanikaribisha.
What grades did you have in your O levels?
Oh, in my KCPE, I only did my KCPE. Nilipata a B minor
Oh, congratulations.
of 56 points. I was supposed to go to the university.
And
But
what
sasa
course were you?
walikuwa
What course did you intend to pursue?
I wanted to do English and literature. Nilikuwa nataka kufanya ualimu.
Okay.
Lakini sasa walikuwa wanataka 50,000 upfront. Hatukuwa nayo pale maisha ya ushago unajua tu. Sasa Mr. Daniel amekuja amepersuade wazazi tumefika Nairobi. Tumekubaliwa kufika.
Miss Jacinta, have you taken us to?
Hapana, nitawapeleka haraka tu. Nakuomba tu unisikize tafadhali Your Honor. Asante. Sasa tumefika, bibi yake amenikubali, tumeanza kuishi vizuri. In fact walikuwa dina house girl. Mimi nilikuwa naishi kwa room ya mtoto wao ako 11 years old, I think anaitwa Amanda. Hapo ndo malisi tulikuwa tunalala. Tukaendelea kuishi vizuri, lakini sasa wakaanza kukua very harsh. Ilifika point mpaka wakafukuza the house girl.
They were very harsh to who?
To me. Wananiongelesha na madharau, sipewi chakula, naambiwa nifue yani unafua unaambiwa rudia, unaosha vyombo rudia. Wanavunja glasses wanasema ni wewe umevunja nini. So nikasema kwa sababu
rudia like wash again.
Yes. Sasa nikasema
sababu zilikuwa safi ama
zilikuwa safi lakini sasa
what was the name of the house girl?
Alikuwa anaitwa Philomena.
Lukia.
Alikuwa anaitwa Philomena.
Unajua pengine alito Lukia akito Lukia unafikiri umeambiwa rudia unarudia tu.
Hapana. So Your Honor, huyu house girl akafukuzwa. Yeah, alikuwa anaishi kwa servants quarter.
Akafukuzwa.
Sasa mimi nikaambiwa nitoke kwa room ya mtoto niende wapi? Kwa servant quarter. Of which bado nili appreciate kwa sababu naishi kwake. Venye house girl alienda mimi nikasema ideally mimi ndo nafaa kwa nikifanya hizi kazi, maybe wakitafuta house girl mwingine, mimi nikingoja kufanya nini? Kwenda shuleni. Nakwambia wacha madharau ianze. Wacha waanze kunitusi, wacha waanze kunipiga. Manguo zangu wanararu. Yeye na the wife.
Kupigwa physically.
Mangumi mateke. Kuna siku hata wamechukua pasi wakanichoma niko na alama hapa your honor.
Usituonyeshe
tafadhali.
Yaani mambo haikaliki. Nikasema tu wacha nivumilie kwa sababu mimi ndo niko na shida your honor.
Shida yako inafika mahali mpaka unajua cheo upigwe na watu ama umizwe.
Sasa mimi aim yangu ni kwenda shule your honor. Sina uwezo, sina familia.
Kwa macho na ujui kusoma blind ungefanyaje? Ungeenda hiyo shule. So I don't see why you had to stay. I thank
God haikufika hapo your honor. Lakini wacha tu nikwambie. Sasa after some time wife sasa akaacha kuniongelesha kabisa. Hakuli chakula yenye nimepika. Yaani hakukaliki. Unaona? Na ni kwa sababu ya huyu mzee. Aki Mr. Daniel umenitesa.
Order, please. You are addressing the court. Please, endelea. We are listening to you. You've not even answered your question. Turudisha kunyuma sana. Which we are getting like detailed case matter here. We are getting it right, yeah? Yes. But please, eleza court tufike mpaka mahali upate kutueleza what we wanted to hear, why the wife left. So first of all, wife akacha kuongelesha.
Wife akacha kuniongelesha on claiming that sasa mimi nimekuwa mpenzi wake.
Unaona? Okay.
Wife akaanza kusema
by this time alikuwa shaanza kufanya make advances.
No.
Bado sasa
alikuwa na heshima.
Sasa alikuwa na heshima bado.
Sasa hiyo bado alikuwa na heshima lakini ile tu madharau bado iko tu. Unaona? Sasa wife kumbe amenikasirikianga. Mimi sijui na pia siwezi enda kumuuliza madam, kwa nini nimekukosea? Unajua mtu pia akikunyamazia pia unanyamaza tu. Unaona? So wife siku moja nikiwa kitchen, amekuja. Akiniambia wewe ndo unakujanga hapa ukijifanya wewe ndo unajua kupenda bwanangu, nitakuonyesha, nitakudunga mpaka utakufa. Ona niliogopa. Nikajaribu kwenda kumuongelesha, aliniruka kipetero. Akasema hiyo mambo yeye hajui.
Na
akalayas na bibi yake. Wakasema wakiwaisikia hiyo kitu nimeambia hata jirani watani.
Pole.
Ni ukweli ama ni uongo?
Endelea. It's your testimony. Ataongea. He'll have his time to counter that. So endelea.
So mimi nikaogopa your honor. Singeweza ambia mtu yoyote. Nikaendelea tu kufanya kazi. Na muitisha pesa namwambia Mr. Daniel, tafadhali. Nimekaa hapa for some time.
Miss Jacinta, you've taken this court's time. And you haven't told us what you did ask.
Namwambia Mr. Daniel, nipatie pesa niende shule. Ananiambia, we kaa tu, si unalala kwangu, si unakula kwangu, unataka pesa ingine ya nini? Wewe endelea kukaa.
Kila kitu juu yake.
Kila kitu.
Hata kulala juu yake.
Si hivyo your honor. Lakini bibi sasa after hiyo
kula ilikuwa juu yake.
Hapana hiyo. Ona sikulala juu.
Nilikuwa
nalala
kwa hivyo ulikuwa unalala chini.
Sikusema hivyo. Mimi nimesema it was on him, on him.
Yaani kila kitu juu yake.
Kukula juu yake. Kuvaa juu yake.
Na kuslip juu yake.
Order please baby.
Sasa wacha nikwambie your honor. Kitu ilifanya bibi yake akuje sasa amwache. Kuna siku nilikuwa kitchen, nilikuwa nafaa kupika mandazi ya breakfast. Kwa hiyo nyumba kulikuwa na timetable ya food. So hii siku breakfast ilikuwa siku ya mandazi. Mimi niko jikoni, nishaekelea mafuta inaiva. Kumbe bibi yake alikimbia wapi? Kwa servant quarter. Venye tu watu wanafanyanga rounds. Yeye ameingia kwenda kuangalia.
Well, angefaa akuinform anaenda kwa hiyo because it was your bedroom. Lakini still it's her premises, ni her house.
Kumbe huyu Mr. Daniel your honor alikuwa ameweka CCTV kwa hiyo room. Amekuwa akinichungulia.
What?
Imagine. Sasa
Daniel, you're standing here, gentleman, and you're a pervert.
A pervert? Huyu
That
mtu
is
ni
not so good.
guide.
That's a crime. Hiyo ni invasion of privacy.
Kabisa, Your Honor. Wacha wife akuje kama amejaa ako tu hivi. Namuuliza, madam, kwani kumefanyika nini? Ati wewe nitakuua leo. Wewe nitakuua. Kumbe umekuwa wewe ndio unaonyesha bwanangu, acha niseme pornographic materials. Namuuliza, madam, mimi naonyeshana pornographic materials aje? Ati si nimepata CCTVs kwa room.
Objection, Your Honor.
Hakuna objection hapa. Wacha niongee.
Daniel, you're in order and I agree with you. But give me a minute. Let her finish because there's something I'm waiting to hear from her.
No, but all this
She's
is
not.
Mimi nasema.
You will have time to
Wacha niseme ukweli leo.
just have your facts right. All right? And when I get back to you, you will tell what's your take. But for now, let her finish. I think she's at the edge.
Yes, I am. Sasa wife amekuja amewaka moto. Akachukua kisu, akaniambia leo ni ile siku. Leo nitakukata na nikuue na nikurudishe kwenyu kama wewe ni maiti. Mheshimiwa, niliogopa. Nikajaribu kusonga kando. Mungu ni nani? Mungu tu ndo aliniokoa. Ile mafuta moto yenye ilikuwa pale kwa gas ikamwagikia kwa miguu. Huyo mzee akaanza kusema, unanichomea bibi.
Can you keep your position, please? Yes.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Yes.
Mzee akaanza kusema, unanichomea bibi. Yeye akaanza kunigonga. Alichukua mpaka stool. Hata niko na alama hapa kwa kichwa. Alichukua mpaka akanigonga king.
Kwa hivyo ikuva yote si ati umeficha tu maalama.
Alama nikitoa nguo unaweza kimbia.
Tutaki kukimbia sasa.
Kitu tu ilinisaidia, Your Honor. Sijui venye nilipata nguvu, nikaamka hapo, nikatoka mbio. Na tangu hiyo siku sijawahi rudi. In fact, niliacha kila kitu.
That's how you left his place?
Yes.
And how do you know whereabouts of his wife? Since he's trying to put that, you're the one who knows. And that's what we did ask you. And thank you for the long story, but you were to tell us what happened to the wife and where she is.
Ni mimi naulizwa.
Okay, sawa.
Your Honor, venye nilikimbia.
You're enjoying, I can see you enjoying telling the court. Tell us all.
Venye nilikimbia, Your Honor.
Yes.
Kuna mama fulani alikuwa anauzanga mboga pale karibu na ni plots kama 5.
Kuna mama mboga in the neighborhood, yes.
Plots kama 5 from Mali, Mr. Daniel anaishi. Hapo ndo Mali nilikimbia, nikaenda nikamnaretia story, nikakaa hapo. Okay? So yeye since anauza mboga hapo.
Order please. When you know in court is important to know what you are saying because vitu zinauzani tofauti. Ukisema kukaa hapo, baada kuna red story akakupatia stool ukakaa hapo ama akakuaccommodate kaishi kwake.
Alini accommodate. Venye nilimnaritia story akani accommodate for a few days.
Okay. Yeah. Wajua sasa mimi aliposema kukaa hapo mimi nikafikiria
alini accommodate, Your Honor. Sasa from hapo since alikuwa anauzanga mboga, sasa unajua hawezi kosa kusikia udaku nini. Kumbe wife yake alipelekwa kwa hospitali.
Sasa ulikaa pale kutega udaku.
Sasa nilikaa hapo nione kama naweza saidia mama, sasa nishaona mambo za shule.
Wewe mwenyewe ndio umesema tu ukikaa pale huwezi kosa udaku.
Huyo mama nilikuwa nasema huyo mama obviously si anauza mboga hizi kosa kujua nini inafanyika kwa area nini. So atakuja kuniambia.
Mama mboga hujua kila kitu kinafanyika.
Hapo kwetu wanajuanga. Hapo mali walikuwa niishi wanajua. So mama ndo alikuja akaniambia, by the way, Bia Daniel alipelekwa wapi? Hospitali.
Okay.
Na nimesikia hata anapata nafuu. Hata
she's still in hospital?
Alitoka, maybe alitoka, I think alitoka tu.
Wacha Daniel atatuambia. Alifaa kwa bibi yake.
Lakini kitu niko sure na hiyo Your Honor ni venye alitoka hospitali.
Hawajaachana na bibi yake. To understanding.
Nikupatie story, Your Honor.
Asante. Jacinta, umetupatia story kwa muda.
Wacha nikwambie ya mwisho.
Jacinta. Jacinta. Umetupatia story. Wacha sasa tusikize mwenyewe.
Wacha nimalizie tu. Hiyo part kadogo imebaki.
Order, Jacinta.
Sawa, Your Honor.
Wewe tulikupa nafasi, umeturudisha nyuma kutoka creation mpaka sasa tuko karibu revelation, lakini sasa wacha sasa tumesikiza story. Tutarudi kwako.
Lazima
story bambe.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Respond to what we wanted to say something, but I don't know where you want to start it. But you've heard what she's saying.
Okay, thank you so much. Your
So
Honor.
there's something mysterious here. Still, we don't have a clear specification or specific place where your wife is. It ended up, she was in hospital. Then I asked, are you still together? Then she says that...
Bibi alibeba mambo
Order, Jacinta.
aliwachwa huyu.
Jacinta,
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
you've been talking all this long. We've listened. Can you just... You have 2 years that we may have a little more listen than talk.
I'm sorry, Your
Yeah.
Honor.
So you've had your time. Please, hata yako na upande yake ya kueleza na koti pia inataka kusikiza na iulize.
Okay.
So, Daniel, you've heard it from her about your wife, how she ended up getting an injury, if it was an accident, if it was intentional, I don't know. Your wife goes to hospital. Or is your wife still in hospital in the first place?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Is your wife still in hospital?
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Please, let me just answer the question.
Is your wife still in hospital, Daniel?
Please let me answer the question.
Order, Daniel. I asked you a question. I don't want a long answer. I want yes or no.
Sikia venye ana reason kama mtoto wa chekechea.
Order, Jacinta.
No.
Jacinta, order. Is your wife still in hospital?
Your Honor, please, will I answer the question?
No. The word is she in hospital or no? Yes or no?
No, I want to answer the question the way I deem fit.
No, it's not what you deem fit.
The
It's
reason
what
why-
the court wants to hear from you. Yeah. First of all, give me a yes or no answer. It's a straight up question. Then we take it from there. I might give you that time for you to explain.
The question is whether or not my wife is in hospital.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is she?
She is better placed to answer that.
No. Are you married to that lady?
Hey.
No,
Order, please. Now, you're taking this court for granted.
The reason why-
Wait, order, please. Now you're getting me mad too. Check this out. She told her story. She says after your wife got the burns, she left the place. You are left with your wife. Your wife, not her wife. Now, I ask you straight. I want a straight answer. Is your wife still in hospital? You have no idea.
No, I want to answer that question, La.
Is your wife still in hospital,
wife-
Daniel?
my wife-
Please, this is important. Please, don't take it just for a joke. You
No,
might
I'm
end up,
not joking, Your Honor.
you might end up serving time because of contempt of court, because you are ignoring my question and I'm asking you a very straight up question. Is your wife in or out?
My wife is in a hospital.
Yeah?
And wait, for heaven's sake, why did it take too long? Or you don't know where your wife
The
is?
reason why,
Now explain. But,
Thank you so much.
But have a good explanation, because it's a bit annoying when I talk with men who I respect or ladies, just an adult who understands, and they keep going round, because that's waste of time in court. So tell me, what is the long answer I wanted the court to hear?
thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Your Honor, for giving me this juncture. Okay, huyu Jacinta, number one, amesema so many things. Amesema,
Na hizo vitu ndio zilifanya kutuambia kule bibi yako yuko.
thank you so much. Amesema,
Washukuru nini kwanza nijibu?
si ndio nataka kujibu.
Okay, silence
Let me just
basi.
answer the question. Amesema alipigana na bibi yangu.
Naam.
Bibi akamwagiwa mafuta kwa mguu. Si amesema hivyo?
Sijasema nimepigana na bibi yako.
Alafu
Sijasema
akasema-
nimepigana na bibi yako.
Jacinta, order.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Alafu
after
interrupt
that-
ukiongea.
So, alafu after hiyo kupigana akasema akakimbia. Akahepa, akatoka kwa hiyo nyumba mwenye walikuwa wanapigana, hapo mahali walikuwa wanapigana akahepa. So after kuhepa, so the question I wanted, that is the reason I was so hesitant to answer your question, because she ran away from that house where she was fighting, leaving my wife in that house, and she knows that my wife is not in that house.
Hey.
So
wait a minute.
You get the point,
Jacinta,
Major?
please don't interrupt.
How can it be that she ran away from that house and left my wife there, and then she knows that my wife is not in that house? It beats logic, my man.
Mr. Daniel, if I have to respond to that, I think it's easy and clear. She said, kule kwa mamboga udaku ulikuwa unafika. Si alisema hivyo?
Alisema hivyo, Your
So I wish to believe it. She had it from the walls.
But, my lord, please, can I say something? this is a court of law.
I understand, and it's not a hearsay place.
Thank you so
but,
much.
But you see,
And we
but
are
you see,
supposed-
but you see,
Your Honor,
Mr. Daniel,
anaongea ni
order,
kama kwa
Jacinta, you're becoming a nuisance now. Hold it for me.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Mr. Daniel, you see, she said that it was in the neighborhood, or it was in the streets, in the whatever, that she got to know. I agree. This is a court of law, and it's not a court of hearsay and rumors. But on the other hand, you see, I gave you the chance to explain where your wife is. Okay? If I were unfair to just write or take in what she said, that would have been different. Right? But she said what she said. I didn't tell her what to say. And what she says is what I work with, just like I work with what you say. And that's why I asked you. So that's why you are here. So you can counter, not ask to prove that she's using rumors, but when I ask you, it's because I want the facts from you. The rumor side for me doesn't work. You see, this is not only a court of law, this is a court of justice. We try to find how human can just understand each other. It's a kind of arbitration in public, okay? Where we can try to understand and see where we went wrong. And those who are wrong, we have the powers to punish them. I hope, I don't know whether we're getting a state guest today, but the rooms are ready.
Your Honor, niko na
Your Honor,
swali.
Your Honor, please, can I speak? Can I speak, please?
Your Honor,
Since you
naomba
asked.
niulize swali.
Since you asked.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for being considerate. Your Honor, this is a court of law. And the philosophy of jurisprudence dictates that proof and concrete evidence should be adduced in court for somebody to be incriminated. So when you tell me that you are going to make your judgment based on hearsay, something she talked about, she called it udaku, then I believe that is a miscarriage of justice, Your Honor. Thank you. The second thing, Your Honor, the second thing I want to talk about.
Yes.
She spoke about so many things. She said that I had CCTV cameras in her bedroom.
Yes.
And according to her, that was the source of conflict between her and my wife. Okay, Your Honor, the servant quarters are by the gate in my house. So the CCTV cameras were put there with the main reason of warding away thieves so that she could not be attacked.
Your Honor.
That is the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say, Your Honor, she is very loquacious. She says a lot of things. She meanders verbally, you know. And there are so many things that she has said here. I asked her a very simple question, Your Honor. We lived with her in that house of mine. She had, the reason as to why I asked her why my wife left is because she had her own version. I had my own version.
Mr. Daniel, I thank you, and I like wherever you went to school, English was a good subject. I don't know, or you're friends with the PLO, but it's wonderful to hear good English time after time. But due to mwananchi wa kawaida, we use a very simple language here. But you keep using your language, it's good. But you won't corrupt or neither mislead this court with your good language or your complex English. You see, you're given a chance, and as much as you wish to point that we listen to rumors, she has no evidence that you used her for all those days. But it won't go into smoke that you enjoyed her services and you walk away with it because we don't have tangible evidence that she lived in your house. You've accepted, you came from the same village, you have accepted. You took her from her place, from her mother's house, promising to take her in and take her to college. Whether you're with the Red Cross or whatever, Good Samaritan, I don't know, but which you never did. She claims you used her for a house girl, which you didn't argue. She ended up fighting with your wife. You talk about the CCTV, I wish to put it this way to you. If it was about security, I think it would have been put outside, right? Like within the corridors of the gate or the corridors of the house, I don't know, but not in her bedroom.
Your Honor, can I
Okay.
say something?
So, Mr. Daniel, come up with more of that complex English and better questions. Thank you. In the meantime.
Your Honor,
Yes.
niko na swali kwake.
Uliza.
Anasema ati mimi nilitoroka. Na imagine hiyo siku alikuwa kwa nyumba. Bibi yake alifika aje kwa hospitali?
Sasa hiyo ni swali namuuliza.
Namuuliza yeye.
Wewe haja yako kujua vile bibi yake alifika.
Si ana claim.
Ngoja.
Ananiuliza mimi.
Order Jacinta, order. Sasa wewe unataka kujua vile bibi yake alifika hospitali. Do you operate an Uber or an ambulance?
No.
Walikunyima biashara?
Iko hivi. Alikuwa anaongea akisema ati mimi ndo najua mali bibi yake yuko. Ati mimi najuaje bibi yake alienda hospitali. Yeye si alikuwa kwa nyumba na nini alimpeleka? Mbona ajui mali bibi yake yuko?
Kwa hivyo sasa umeamua pia uulize swali of the same Unajua at least yeye kizungu yake inajaribu kuconfuse watu. Sasa wewe unauliza tu swali kama hiyo tu. Umetuambia mwenyewe umetuambia ulimwacha bibi yake. Kuna walipelekana, shida yako iko wapi? Si ulisikia kwa barabara?
Awacha kusema nini?
Order Jacinta. Si ulisikia kwa street huko mlikuwa mnachapa udaku kwa mama mboga ati alipelekwa hospitali na yuko hospitali. Na unataka nini zaidi hiyo kutoka kwake? Alimbeba kwa mgongo ama alichukua Uber?
Alikuwa anakudanganya hiyo. Ona akisema mimi ndo najua mali bibi yake yuko.
Bado uko hapo?
Nilikuwa nataka aseme ukweli.
Haya, wewe dunga hapo utakuja.
Hiyo ingine ni
gani?
Nilikuwa na hizo swali mbili.
Gani ingine? Hiyo kwa swali hiyo sijui tulikuwa tusumbua nini. Sema ingine.
Hiyo ingine ni huko mali tunaishi hata hakukuanga na wageni. Mbona aliweka CCTV hapo kwa room ndani? Alafu anakuja na claim ati
Jacinta bayai. Jacinta.
Ni venye
Goja Jacinta nataka kuangalia from which world you wish to ask your questions. I can't find it because yeye amesema CCTV. Wewe unafikiri alikuwa na kuwatch?
Si eti nafikiria.
Goja Jacinta
ndio maana bibi alikuja.
Order Jacinta. Unafikiri alikuwa na kuwatch? Yeye amesema ni za waizi. Hatukusema ni za wageni. Mambo wageni umetoa wapi?
Alikuwa na watch nini na CCTV?
Wewe usijali, si ziko na tumesikia ziko. Na yeye mwenyewe amekubali. Na nikamwambia makosa CCTV zake ni kuwa ziko kwa bedroom yako, hazingefaa kuwa hapo, zingeko kwa mali pengine. Okay? You might be right, lakini hatuna haja kushinda tukirudia aliweka za nini ama za wageni wako wanakuja. Lakini waizi walikuwa pengine wanaweza kuja ndio akaweka, lakini hata hivyo si kwa bedroom yako. So for whatever reasons he did for that is a bit fetish and pervert, I think so. Anyway, hauna swali lingine amana tu. Ukimwangalia
anipatie pesa, ananipatia pesa.
Hiyo ni mimi nitasema. Hiyo nitasema. Jacinta, hiyo nitasema. Bwana Daniel. Do you have anything to say to this?
My Lord, this is what I want to say.
Yes.
The issue in this house, or the case that has been brought before you, is that I used her services against her will, and I have not compensated for that. That is what she says. But my Lord, there's another thing that she says, and I believe she's now being very oxymoronic, because she says that she's been sleeping in my house, and she has been eating in that house. It really means that she was living in that house literally at my cost, at my expense. You know, so when we really want to bring that case to issue of compensation, my Lord, I believe I still have a claim.
And what's your claim?
My claim is that on account of the fact that I was footing her bills,
her
needs for that matter, my Lord, I was justified not to be obligated to pay her. Because number one, I said, my Lord, I never found her in a house helps bureau.
Hapana, si unafaa kunilipa hiyo pesa ikitakuwa free.
Jacinta, wacha jieleze. Jacinta, wacha jieleze. Unataka nikuachie kesi you decide on your own? Tafadhali, wacha jieleze, tafadhali.
Thank you, my Lord. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, she has a very dominant
No, please explain yourself. I
so
don't
this
have
is
the,
what I wanted to say.
I don't have the whole day to listen.
Thank you so much, my
Lord.
Please. So when she comes here telling the court that she wants some sort of, indemnification, I believe she's being very selfish. She's being very
That's your
selfish.
take. I'm listening. It's your
She's
take.
being very selfish, my
Yes.
lord. Because she does not see that if I were to charge for that money, that housekeeping, if I were to charge her money, that is to say, I now decide to convert my house into a lodging. She has to pay for the lodging. She has to pay for where she sleeps. She has to pay for everything she eats in that house. Then she has no claim whatsoever pertaining to any remuneration, my lord. That is, and I rest my case on that.
You've rested your case. That's your word, yeah?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. You sound like a learned friend. I wonder why you're not one of the councils. And if you're one, I don't know whether you've defended yourself well today. But now coming back to you, Jacinta.
Yes,
it's
Your
a closing term. He's rested his case, and now we want to hear from you. Last one, Kiki, if you got something constructive or intelligent to say.
Yes, I do, Your
And what is
Honor.
that?
Unaona, sasa vile niliona ameendelea kunitesa. Nikimuitisha pesa, anipati. Nilienda nikatafuta lawyer wa labor. Tukaelewana. Tukaelewana.
Na hiyo ilikuwa wapi yoyote huko hujakuwa umesema mpaka wa sasa? Ya mwisho niliwacha tumiko kwa mama mboga unategea udaku
nilikuwa
pale.
nakupeleka story na story ndio uelewe.
Sasa baada ya kutega udaku umetosheka udaku ukaenda ukachukua lawyer wa labor. Oh, you have evidence, please. Can we see that? Na hii evidence ni nini?
Hizo ni copies za hiyo agreement yenye tulikuwa nayo na lawyer na venye alifaa kunilipa.
Sasa huyu ni wakili wako alikuandikia hii?
Yes, Your
Bila alifaa kukulipa?
Yes.
Where is your advocate today in court?
Ni mgonjwa, Your Honor, hakuweza kufika leo. Alafu.
So do you want me to adjourn this case and call for another day for hearing and judgment or what? Sasa he calculated these standards by what? By your standard of education or what? Ama kulingana na kazi yenye ulikuwa unafanya kwake?
Hapana, hiyo sasa aliipiga kulingana na fee yenye nilifaa kulipa for hiyo 4 years.
Sasa, ya shule?
Yes, ya shule.
Mwambie lawyer wako ajifundishe law. Well, I want to take this as evidence because it has a commendable stamp, but you see, your lawyer should have calculated on a different term. Unajua mko na term of employment. Yes. Akwali calculate with the work you're doing, with the labor done, akuwa hapo ajue uliosha vyombo kiasi gani ama nguo ulifua ngapi. And on the other hand, wait, Jacinta. Okay, so his way of calculating how much you should be earning or what was the wages due, I don't think I'll value that for today.
Sasa mimi
and even he's not in court to explain how he got to this figure. So I'm not an angel to know how he got to this figure. He's not in court. Angekuwa ukweli ni wakili wako angejileta. I reject your evidence.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Your Honor, bado niko na ingine.
Leta ingine.
Bado niko na ingine, lakini kwanza lazima usikie story venye ilienda ndio nikupe evidence. Hizi ni photos zenye nilipigwa nayo. Alinipiga nayo. Lazima nikupatie hiyo huyu.
Madam, I wish to say, with all due respect, I wish to help you. The photos za nini hizi kwanza in the first of all?
Venye alinipiga, si ndo nakwambia unisikize.
Did you go get a P3?
I did.
Where is the P3? Where is the P3?
Nimeisahau.
Umeisahau, very good. And invalid.
So this one
tafadhali mrudishie. Invalid evidence.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Sababu P3 haiko. Now,
Goja.
This is my judgment. Order. Sasa goja imetosha. Staki kitu ingine. Hata staki kuona chochote. Enough. Jacinta, enough. I'm rejecting because you've taken too long. You could have presented that way before. Order, Jacinta. This is over. Now, this is my judgment. You stayed with him for 2 years. You're lucky she didn't file assault case on you. You abused her, you beat her, and all that. It's very sad. I don't know whether you can follow up, go get a lawyer. Maybe on a maximum, if you have doctor's records, you have a chance of filing for all that assault and beating. But since you have accepted, one thing, you've said that you would have liked her to pay you for the time she stayed with you and the food she ate.
Of course.
But you're the one who breached the contract. You took her from her mother's house, ukuwa umewaahidi utawasomeshea mtoto. Okay? Waidha alikula kwako ama kukula. Umekubali alifanya kazi kama house girl. About watching you, that is very sad, and I wish there's a way you could have proved that. And that would have made sense. But since you don't prove it in court, nataka umlipe. And the figure of calculation is in 2 years. Now I'll make my own figures. 2 years, and what were your claim? Did you have a figure?
Yes.
What was your figure?
You're a lawyer.
What? I don't want the lawyer's thing. What figure makes you happy?
400,000.
For 2 years. And that makes it how much per month? Oh, my dear, you're not yet gone to college. Ugoja hapo 400,000, where is the minister? Tafadhali.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But I hereby order you to pay her $350,000 shillings,
Asante, Your Honor.
payable in 3 months' time. If not cleared, come back to court, and you're going to live on a state bond. You'll be given a free bond, and after this period, if you haven't paid the money, a warrant will be issued against you, and you will be arrested, and you will face charges even further. The state will be a complainant, and you might also face all the other charges mentioned in this court today.
All rise.
That's my judgment,
Thank you, Your Honor.
and this court is adjourned.